Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. I'm just going to jump right into this. I'm about to prove that this man that keeps calling himself the second coming of Christ, Nature Boy Eligio Bishop, is not the Christ. See, what he doesn't understand is that the Christ is a title. It is a title given, well, at that point, it's a title given by a brotherhood of priests. There are 7 trials that comes with being called a Christ. And I am going to lay these trials down for you. And I'm going to show you how he, in his own words and his own actions, has failed all 7 of these tests. So how could he possibly be called the Christ? The first degree of becoming a Christ is called the sincerity degree. In the sincerity degree, the Logos must overcome the chamber of hypocrisy. You have to find yourself. This man has gone from the black woman is God to the black woman ain't shit. That's hypocrisy. He has gone from can't nobody talk to his women that he can talk to everybody's woman and take them. That's hypocrisy. This man was a child that got sexually molested. And he has sexually molested his own children. So the first degree of sincerity to become the Christ, he has failed. The second degree of becoming a Christ is the degree of justice. Discernment of a traitor and self-criticism are what's needed here. You must overcome your own phantom forms of prejudice and treachery. He is treacherous. This man set up one of his own disciples for failure with a woman that he called his own wife. How are you going to give somebody that you call your wife to your homeboy as a pass around and then take her back? Nigga, that's treachery. Getting people over there and taking their money. You took $300,000 from Key. That's treachery. There's nothing just about you taking that man's money and fucking it off. So you fail the second degree of Christhood, bruh. The third degree of Christhood is faith. You're taken to the Hall of Fame. And you must overcome your conflict with your own demons. Your conflict with the king of ambition. And your conflict with unbelief. In this, a man's fame is buried with his bones. The good that men do for other men shall become a ladder strong on which the soul may climb into wealth and power from the fame of God's own kind. That's the only way to get through the Hall of Faith. You can't do it on your own. The things that you do will pass away. Give me the poverty of men, and I ask not for the glory of myself. That's the third degree. The fourth degree of becoming the Christ is the degree of philanthropy. You're led through the Hall of Mirths. And the Hall of Mirths has everything that the carnal heart can desire. Through these trials, one must come to the idea of not seeking pleasure for yourself while others are in want. How do you eat when children cry for bread? The things that you do to my brother is what you do to me. I cannot enjoy the finer things in life when my brothers suffer, for I am them and they are me. The victory over the selfish self is the fourth degree of philanthropy. Brother, you have not overcome the selfish self. If so, you would have left that woman with her husband and not been selfish. You stated that all the women come there to be with you and you want your soldiers to have women. Well, brother, if you keep your dick to yourself, maybe they can. You have failed at philanthropy. You failed, man. The fifth degree of being a Christ is heroism. Heroism. Where one finds himself bound in chains and thrown into the pit with beasts and snakes and foul birds. And you ask yourself, why did you allow yourself to be bound by a man and thrown in chains in the deepest places? Only when you find that none can bind the human soul, and you rise from your chains to find out that they were just worthless cords, and the dark place that enveloped you, you can move the ethers until they vibrate to make light, bruh. And you say, let there be light, and the ether commands you, and it is. Heroism is overcoming the fear that is the vehicle of death itself. The Logos has to encounter fear and all of his phantom hosts. And in that conflict, he has to achieve his heroism or his victory. You have to stand up and take yourself out of your own chains and out of your own darkness. Nigga, brother, you ain't did that. You so in darkness that you still hurting people. And you're hurting them willfully at this point. The sixth degree of a Christ. Very few men and women get to this point. Very few, because you must conquer the fear inside of yourself to get to the sixth degree. And while in the halls of harmony, you find yourself in love. And a man or a woman will catch your attention or your heart, and your heart will ache for them. And you will say, I have conquered every foe I have met. And will I now be conquered by carnal love? My Father sent me here to sow power of love divine. And the love that reaches all things through all times. Shall divine love be absorbed by carnal? Although my heart shall break, I will not fail in my journey. I will victor over carnal love itself for the whole of humanity. And he bid his carnal love goodbye to do his Father's work. because it was more important than the promise of the carnal love of this woman, of which he said, we will meet again, just not until I have done my Father's work. And he got his 6th degree of divine love. The 7th degree. The 7th degree is where you go into the chamber of the dead, where you learn the secrets of the dead, and you learn how to preserve things and to keep decay away. The lesson of the good woman that follows the empty house. Where you must learn that death comes when the job is over. And death should be met with happiness and joy and gladness and cheers of the heart. For the season of this person has been fulfilled. And then the final lesson of the child. The child who left her mother's death procession to save a wounded bird. The child taught the Logos. That there was nothing he could do for her mother who was dead. There was no life there. But she could intercede on the life of this bird who was wounded and needed her help. Her mother was already gone. And this child said, all emotions are the spray that rises from humans' loves and hopes and fears. Perfect bliss cannot be found until we conquer these. And when you conquer the emotions of love, hope, and fear, only then do you receive the title of Christ. Don't get it twisted, bruh. The priesthood is real and you are not a part of it. You have been through no rituals that will enrich your life and the life of nobody else. You have not gone through a mystery school, and anybody that has knows that you're a liar. Anybody that has read any of the great books know that you are lying. You are not the Christ. You haven't even gotten past the first damn degree, let alone come through the chamber of death, bruh. Stop. And I'm going to do this every day until you debate. Every day I'm gonna knock your fucking shit in the dick until you accept the debate. I'm gonna have my foot on your neck until you accept the debate. Yep. We gonna phone on your ass. Foot on neck squad. Phone. F-O-N-S. Foot on neck squad. Phones. My son came up with that. He was like, y'all like a good grapevine. Y'all like phones. I was like, foot on neck squad. Shit, yeah. Foot on neck squad. So, to all the brothers and sisters who are on the phone squad, peace and blessings to you. This is Fundife coming at you with that UUniversity stuff right there, where I teach people how to become a Christ. And you ain't nowhere near it, bruh. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. You ain't got past the first one. You ain't got past the first one. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. And for those of you who need a quick synopsis because you were writing those degrees down, the first degree is sincerity. The second degree is justice. The third degree is faith. The fourth degree is philanthropy. The fifth degree is heroism or heroism. The sixth degree is love divine. And the seventh degree is the Christ from the chamber of the dead. So tell him I got another one for his ass. Peace and blessings to the squad. This is fundife. The priesthood is real. And I always got my ear to the street. My ear to the street. My ear to the street. We walk in the light, nigga.